I'm Steve Coogan. I'm Alan Partridge, just in the film, and I helped write the script and produced it as well. Anyway, that's me.
And the next voice you'll hear is Neil Gibbons, and he'll introduce me.
I'm Neil Gibbons, and in a way I'm Alan Partridge as well. And this is Rob Gibbons.
What do you do?
I'm a writer. Yeah, we're writers.
Well, they're both writers, and they're brothers. So that's sort of academic.
This is Planets.
The Studio Canal one, I swear to God, it gets longer every time I watch it.
Really? Yeah, there's a very good Family Guy thing where they show, this keep doing intros, you don't know when the film started. Because, oh, this is the film, and that becomes an intro. Oh, no, this is the film starting now, and it looks like a narrative, and it becomes a logo. It keeps becoming logos.
We've already put Family Guy in people's minds, the quality of that.
That's good, that,
good.
Yeah, good. Just measure everything against the best of Family Guy. Everything you're about to see. This is off Chroma.
One of those little helicams.
Which is why the picture isn't quite as good as if it was in a helicopter.
This, though, was... We played around in the writing stage with quite a few different ways to start the film. And one of them was we had Alan going back to the BBC. That was our opening scene. He'd got an invite to go and pitch a show. He'd given up on the BBC, but then this invite came through and he thought, well, actually, in my heart, that's what I want to do. I'm going to go back. So he turned up nervously, excited, walked in there and realised that it wasn't a sort of one-on-one pitch meeting with the commissioner. It was an open day where he and lots of younger, funkier, trendier producers had come to hear what the BBC was looking for. We got rid of that in the end because we thought BBC was too synonymous with Alan. And one thing that we always try and do is avoid the Alan cliches, because we sort of think if a fan would come up with it as an Alan thing, too obvious, we'll try and do something else.
And we also wanted him just to be in a good place, at the start of the film, to be quite content with his lot, and the events to sort of reawaken his kind of latent ambition.
Yeah. And Kaya Skatsi was something we really wanted to have at the beginning, just because we thought it juxtaposed against all the images for regional DJs would be funny and interesting, and just not obvious or something.
We had other openings, didn't we? We had an opening with Alan at a petrol station where he bumped into Nigel Lindsay's character.
Yeah, we had lots of other scenarios, but what's good about this opening is we see Alan happy together. A lot of people have pointed out that Alan looks younger. A lot of blog trolls sort of whinging about how Alan looks younger. Well, the reason he looks younger is because if you wear aging makeup on a big screen, it looks Mickey Mouse and pantomime. And if I did that, you'd probably slag that off as well. So the point is, we got rid of the aging makeup to make him look more grounded and reintroduce him as a cinema character.
The great thing is that the criticism hasn't got to...
No, the great thing is the criticism hasn't got to... You know, I was reading a blog the other day, and it said, it was in The Guardian, it said, I believe Steve also reads The Guardian. Hello, Steve. I'd shut my computer down and grumped off.
They've beat me.
An easy way to solve the problems in Israel would be for Jews.
We shot this scene twice. We did it. We sort of did everything in chronological order, more or less.
Yeah.
But so that we did this at the start, but we went back towards the end of the shoot and did it again.
Things we were unhappy with. We were under basically this shoot was a nightmare.
Thought it was fine.
It got better as we realised we were getting good stuff. But the first week was a nightmare. We were just trying to get stuff done, and I wasn't really performing at my best. And we were spending 8 hours shooting and then 3 hours every night just rewriting or tightening up the following day's script to make sure it was absolutely as good as it could possibly be. So when we got to the end, we saw any weak spots, we went back and reshot them, and that was one of them.
Also, though, what we had to figure out as we were going along how to shoot it in such a way that it felt cinematic, but at the same time didn't detract from the comedy.
Yeah, I think the first time we shot it, there was a kind of sweeping camera move, wasn't there? In that.
We saw some of the stuff they shot early on. It was very dynamic, and the dynamism of the camera work was distracting. It was interesting aesthetically, but it distracted you from the comedy. So we said we don't want any of that. We just want it shot in a very matter-of-fact, meat and potatoes way, because the comedy has to come first.
A lovely garden.
Oh, hello, Lynn. Just reading about how...
I just noticed there's tits in his glasses.
Oh my God, that's a mistake.
That's a boob.
Yeah. Oh no. God, I'm surprised that got by us.
why
Oh no,
it's a
now there's an
15.
arse. This is terrible.
There's a good on the left of shot. When you say Alan, on the left of the shot, there's a good photograph. The art department came up with this idea. It's great. There's a picture of Norwich City Football Club. There's a picture of the crowd, and there's Delia Smith and some other.
I think it's her husband, I think.
Is it? And Alan is in the. Can you see? Alan's in the shot, but just the top of his head.
There you go.
Alan has, I don't know, maybe seen it in a newspaper and
Oh yeah.
bought the image.
That
and
counts as a picture of
he's
me and
happy,
Delia.
he's happy that he's with
Just to
Delia.
the left, yeah.
I don't know if this was a scene, or either this scene or Lynn's first scene around the radio station. I'm sure we shot it, and then we realised she didn't have her wart in her head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was Felicity Montague's wart.
Great thing about Colin Meaney was another actor was supposed to play his part, but a week before he started shooting, he read the script, rang me up and said, "Steve, it's not on the page. You said you were going to improve the script, but you haven't. I feel let down. You've disappointed me. I'm pulling out." So that was a good day. And then I got into touch with Colin Meaney, and Colin
To be honest,
said,
I think Russell Crowe would have been wrong.
"No, but you're not far off with that name. Although the who it is will forever remain just on the internet." Anyway, so no, it was. And Colin Meaney said, "I've done some improvisation with Judd Apatow. I don't suppose there's any point asking to see the script." And I thought, thank goodness for that.
You're right, there is no point. But originally, actually, the whole character was very different, wasn't it? We imagined him as a very sort of cuddly. In fact, Matthew Kelly we talked about in the very early stages.
Yeah, because we wanted
him
him
to
to
play
be a
it.
bit more. What Colin did absolutely fantastically was being a sort of vulnerability and a sort of an aggression.
And just grounds it as well. He doesn't. He wasn't going for the laughs. He was.
Now
very
this.
We've
real.
got to talk about this.
We've got to, now this was just an idea that I thought might be funny. When I was looking from the bathroom mirror singing along with a song, I thought this might be funny if I do it as Alan. So
It was going to be Stooshy, though, wasn't it?
Stooshy, yeah, it was going to be Stooshy. What's that song called? Jumping on my no, that's
it's the one about he's got a
Daddy,
black
I
card
married
on.
I'm
Yeah.
in love with a monster, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, anyway. But this, it was very late, and I said, just get the camera in the car and we'll just go through it a load of times. And I just spent the night before trying to learn this song and just sing the way people, I think, probably do in the car when they're on their own, but really, really push it to the max.
Yeah, but also to build it up.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
keep building, otherwise it becomes samey, to try and really get into it more and more. They actually I drop a couple of bloopers in this because there's a couple of bits where I don't match up, but from here on it's good.
My favourite bit of it was, I remember this was me. We went with them.
I like the way I waved my hand there with my glove. Is that okay?
Keep telling us the bits that you like.
And also the way.
The ear thing.
I say I mean him. I keep saying I wouldn't. If we were normally writing this, we do view Alan sort of as a separate person. We all sometimes pretend to be Alan.
That noise.
That noise is put on afterwards. That bleeping noise.
One of his puddings.
So is Michael.
Paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you would say that now you've lost.
The Michael, it was interesting writing Michael because
Some people say it's more hygienic.
people love
But who's to
love
say
Michael almost as much as they love Alan, and I think some people would have liked to have seen a lot more of Michael in the film. But I think
Cancer.
slightly sort of thing of diminishing returns with a character like Michael, and you need to use him judiciously. I
Yeah,
think.
yes, you do.
Actually, we very nearly cut this scene, and the first time you saw Michael was when he appears in the cupboard.
Yeah, I think this is right. I think Dave, by the way, Dave Clifton's fantastic in the way
Brilliant,
he
yeah.
just improvised stuff. As a recovering alcoholic, it's a bit one note, but I think the way it's written, but he really brings it to life and really believable. The big problem with the whole of this screenplay was trying to square the circle of keeping the DNA of the series so all the die-hard fascists wouldn't jump on us and kill us, and satisfy, that's the spirit, yeah, and satisfy a new audience that could watch it cold and still appreciate the character, which is very difficult. But you guys, with a little help from yours truly, managed it. Oh God!
Right, we're done.
This is so unsympathetic. It's hot in here.
Take your clothes off like me.
Enjoyed that.
This whole
Monica.
set, this whole set. Let's talk about where it was. None of the shoot was in Norwich.
It was in Mitcham.
Mitcham in South London.
South of London.
South of London. Suburb in south of London, which we spent about 6 weeks. The writing room was upstairs from there.
And I think it was about halfway through week 5 that we got the Wi-Fi to work, which was useful. When constantly trying to send scripts to be printed out for the actors.
When we turned up on a few weeks before we started shooting to have a look at the place, and we went upstairs, and someone who was showing us around said this room is going to be the writing room, and Steve there was a darkness in his eyes, and he said we're going to spend a lot of fucking time in it. We sort of laughed. But he was absolutely right. It was a horrible place. It was like a prison cell. But it was quite a featureless room. It was just because it was just a disused.
There were no distractions. I'll say that for
No,
it.
they had those 3 Kim Wilde posters.
Well,
that's
right.
true.
We jokingly said it's a very bare room. We could do with some stuff in here. And the person said, "What do you mean?" And we said, "Well, I don't know. Sort of sofa, rug, pictures of Kim Wilde." And we came back in the next day, and all those things were in there. We had a sofa.
It was
Which was made of it's upholstered in denim. It was a jean sofa. And
Okay, let's talk about the film. Come on. And this is all in the location. We wrote in the same building, and we shot in it.
Hi guys, don't want to be an agenda bender, but
This scene was originally a lot longer, and actually the initial idea for this scene, from which the scene grew, was jettisoned in the edit. Which was what happens is I come in here, I do all this stuff, and then at the end I say I've got a DVD of all my ideas on my laptop, and I can't get it out, and in my frustration attempt to impress, I say I mean Alan, why do you keep saying I never normally say I.
he does.
I really don't. Anyway, in his attempts to impress that lot, he'd leave us open the computer and pulls his computer apart to give them the thing.
But it just made him look too mad, so
too
he
mad.
would have been sacked himself rather than
This came up during the just running it, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it just
The
no, it's
gloves
in
thing.
the,
I
just
thought
before,
it was a bit like a Nazi officer. And they said, "Oh, let's try and make this better." You know, it felt like a Nazi officer. I thought, "Oh, I'll say something, then
Change is healthy. You shouldn't fear it.
get him to say something, and then
Yeah.
figured it out." So we just figured it out at the time. It's a nice bit of physical stuff.
and dropping the gloves at the end was on the day.
audience is
Yeah.
old. Old people, that's like dogs.
One of the rare instances where on the day improvisation was actually any good.
Great exodus that you have.
I know, but and what we do is it was a nightmare for other actors because when I was shooting stuff, I'd say, "All right, we need to go back." When you were upstairs, you guys were upstairs, right, beavering away. I'd say, I know I've missed a line, and say, we're going to go back and do this line, go back and grab that line. And I'd just pick up the lines individually, sort of in isolation. It was slightly abstract, which is not good for the actors who are trying to
quite
act
often
in a
you
real
do it.
situation. But, or then say a line 4 times, so
Yeah.
you've got choices in the edit. Deliver the line 5 different ways.
Don't you know, but he's also Irish, which, again, weirdly, a plus point if you like swearing. He's often on his shows, feck and this and feck and dat. I know some Irish people say that feck off isn't as bad as fuck off, but I think that's bullshit or bell shit.
The smashing up of the computer, though, that we had in the scene and got rid of, that then led on to that big corporate nastiness storyline, which we got rid of very, very late in the day.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
What we found is something you have to keep sort of reminding yourself of. I think is that over elaborate plots do not serve the comedy. And I remember reading Clement Lefrenay, who did Partridge, saying that they just realised that, and I tried to do that, but you get tempted into trying to do things that have got more substance. There was a more elaborate plot about sort of corporate malpractice and all the rest of it that we uncover.
And the idea was that it was supposed to be kind of so tedious that you sort of mind comedy out of that, but it just came across as tedious.
Yeah.
We're soft rock cocaine enthusiasts.
You know, and it became sort of leaden and
I just got to say, I love the way Tim Key does it. He knows straight away he's fucked up. Got the timing wrong. Straight away he knows.
Yeah.
his body language is excellent.
He just nails it all the time, doesn't he?
It's funny, though, we laugh at that because we've seen Alan so many times that we would then
I'm
think...
bored of Alan, really.
But you sort of watch it in a cinema and it's a shame, really. It gets lost on people because they're looking at Alan.
There is enough in this that in the edit we had to think, should we edit in gaps because people will laugh and we don't want to miss the next line.
I reckon.
But if we think it's funny, you have to go with your instincts. The point is, if you think, oh, this is funny, they're going to laugh, they're going to miss the next line. But then on balance, it's better for them to miss the next line than not be laughing and there just be a gap. So that's why it stands repeat view. It will stand repeat viewing if people have enjoyed it, because there are extra little bits that they
Well,
can
they've bought
enjoy.
the DVD, haven't they?
Oh yeah, of course. So so that's done deal really.
That cuddly toy he's got in the box there, the green toy.
That was part of us. There's a line about that we did.
Now at the end, Alan's sort of annoyed with himself, and sidekick Simon says, "Is that a Shrek or a Hulk?" And Alan goes, "A Shrek is a type of Hulk."
That's right. Yeah. Incorrect, of course.
We googled it. On the walls of the studio, the slogans, you can't really see them there.
Shape.
We did a research trip to Norwich.
Yeah.
Visited a couple of radio stations. This was about a year before the shoot, and
It was called Radio Norwich, wasn't it?
Neil, take up the story.
No,
Was it?
It was called. Yeah, it
Radio Norfolk, wasn't it? Oh, no, it was.
It
called
was Radio Norwich, yeah.
Radio Norwich came along before the original Radio Norwich on then the Alan Partridge TV series. But
Sloped off to the airport.
yeah, go on, tell them about what was on the wall.
Yeah, they had a whole they had slogans and reminders for the DJs, constantly saying things like, keep it local, the listener is your friend. That
Be
kind of-
relevant. So we just chose this because we hate the sort of corporatisation of radio, and sometimes what contempt and bile are great motivators in writing comedy, and the sort of corporatisation of local radio and these umbrella groups full of faceless, soulless suits who just impose a template on them on these radio stations was something that sort of I found slightly irritating. And that also those kind of marketing people, I'm with Bill Hicks on when it comes to marketing people, but that idea of shape the way you want it to be.
Yeah, so
I love the
empty.
meaninglessness of that strapline.
Yeah, which is why they like it, don't they? They think, well, anyone can attach meaning to it, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
We tried to think like marketing people.
That's sort of the whole storyline about Gordale being corporate baddies that we got rid of was Lynn actually found an email which implicated them in dodgy financial dealings, and then told Alan, and Alan exposed it all on the bus ride at the end. So that was us sort of expressing our bile, but in hindsight, well, in the edit, we realised it was too literal a way of doing it, because there's a clear theme underlying the film which is about the corporatisation of radio and about how the people who count it.
It's very obvious.
That's the best way to do it, isn't it? Just
And
it's
also,
the subtext.
if you've got an overlapping plot, it means when you're in the edit, it means that you can't.
Yeah.
You're a slave to serving the plot, and you have to jettison jokes because the jokes don't serve the plot. What we had is a plot that was more simple because we simplified it, allowed us to keep in what we thought was funny and ditch what we didn't like.
Yeah. I mean, the edit is always interesting on Partridge because on this film, for example, we shot probably 3 hours of stuff, and so. I saw Edgar Wright interviewed about The World's End, and he was saying that they will write a script, a few things will come up in rehearsal, not that much, and then they'll shoot that. Very different to our process, where we didn't have time for any rehearsals, and a lot of the stuff was being written up the night before, so ours was much more sort of
There was.
on the hoof. But anyway, the point is we did about 3 hours of stuff, so in the edit then becomes a very different beast to a film where we'd shot 110 minutes and had to bring it down by 20. We had to cut it in half, so we could have made 3 or 4 different films from 3 hours worth of material.
And there's some funny scenes that should be on this probably that we just had to ditch anyway because you want to keep it. You don't want to overstay your welcome.
Investigation, then I fell asleep in a big armchair. A normal woman.
Yeah, so I mean, the difficult thing about cutting 3 hours in half is that you have to lose stuff that you know is good, but it does give you the opportunity to make sure you get the tone that you really want because you've got choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this scene is one
This
of
was the worst
the
scenes we shot. The original one was terrible. We reshot it. I'm still not entirely happy with this scene. If you ask me my least favourite bit of the film, it's probably this scene.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, same here.
It's the joke about the dogs never really
No,
lands.
it doesn't work. I figured out why it was the other day. It's because there are the pause before it puts it on a plate a bit too much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Never mind, sorry. But it does serve the plot, and of course, it's good having a slightly weak scene because the people who really don't like us can go, "Oh, good, it's not going to be any good," and then you can knock them over the head with some really funny stuff later on.
That's the theory,
and
certainly.
and disappoint them.
Good night, Len.
Night, Alan.
She's fantastic, Felicity. She really holds the screen. Her face, her expressions, what she
Yeah.
invests it with, it does like so much. She's really, really. You really believe her. It's really truthful.
Also, she helps to. I think when you're young and you're writing comedy, and you've got half a brain, you end up being quite cynical about the stuff you do. But we wanted to have a bit of heart in this film. Me and Neil are in our 30s, Steve's in his 50s. And
Hey! That's when I was mountain biking the other day. I got some air.
Just to the shops and back.
No, I got some air. Genuinely got some air. Genuinely was in the air on the bike.
I see what you mean.
Well, I got some air. What, in my tyres? No.
It's fresh air. You're in the countryside.
No. I mean, I actually cleared the ground a couple of times.
Bunny hop, we used to call it.
But no. Yeah.
We played around with this running scene in the edit quite a lot, didn't we? It felt very like a comedy run.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
And so we sort of chopped it down so you get through it a lot quicker.
Simon!
Hate the noise though when he wallops
I
it.
really don't like it.
It's
It's too much. I always find it a bit much. I tried to sort of reduce it a bit. But
He actually broke his nose as well.
yeah.
Very well. Improvement. We had.
This is Norwich. I mean, that last bit was Mitcham. Suddenly we've cut to Norwich now. This is genuinely Norwich Town Centre outside the town hall.
This driver is a man as well. A man in a wig, isn't
A
it?
man in a wig. Yeah.
Don't know why. Sorry.
Stuntman. In case I want to do some nifty or whatever. And Claire Keelan does the voice of the lady.
Oh, really?
She wasn't there. She did it in the studio months later.
Assault, battery,
Miracle.
Magic
Silver
of.
screen.
brandishment, actual bodily harm.
A new 6-part BBC 4.
I really like doing this thing about people who say H instead of H. It really got a lot off my chest when we wrote this.
Yes, this was in from the very beginning, but I think it moved. We didn't know where it was going to be, but Steve was just insistent that it was in
That
somewhere.
bit is in there.
It got a round of applause at one screening, didn't it?
Was that your family?
Yeah. Yeah.
A round of applause. That's good.
I wish we had more of Alan sort of rambling on in the car here, didn't we? We had him talking about people who slag off police officers should go straight to jail and not go and collect £200.
Yeah.
That's from Monopoly.
Yeah.
That sort of nervous energy, I think.
We had Alan identifying different types of bulbs, looking out, seeing all the flashing lights, and seeing somewhere.
LEDs and some filament.
nice to
lamps.
see a mix.
Yeah, I mean, it was also the thing about this was trying to make something that was big and cinematic and yet not outlandish. And our references were Dog Day Afternoon, Ace in the Hole, because that was about a guy who wanted to make something out of what he did, and
Boys in Blue.
Boys in. What else did we use as a sort of thinking?
We talked about Dog Day Afternoon. We talked about a lot, I think, but
Because it's got a sort of an amateurishness to it.
Yeah.
But it is extraordinary. It's got a big event in a small town. We didn't take it to America. We wanted to keep it sort of in the locale, but have something interesting happen to Alan and think how would he react, and it was that's interesting. At the tiny little decision there, when I kissed that policewoman, when I did it on the day, I went mwah. Mwah.
Yeah.
And I did that noise when you kiss. After the thought that's too stupid. It looks too unreal, untruthful. It looks contrived. So we dubbed on just the sound without the mwah, and it suddenly just stops it being too silly and therefore more grounded.
And angry brushes whirring to
And this building is genuinely the building next to the radio station. The radio station is an old office block. This is a Muslim nursery, I think.
Yeah.
And we thought, well, there's children's pictures and stuff on the wall. It's clearly a nursery. Can we make some? Is there comedy to be found in that?
You don't really notice that, do you?
No, so we didn't.
It doesn't really matter. No. I mean, it looks like a real bit. If people think it's a police station or incident room, I'm not sure what they think. I don't think people necessarily correlate.
Armando, yeah, he does
look like Armando. Yeah.
Everything okay?
It's
Just a little nervous about
as good as it was going to get, really.
And we were going to have a picture on the wall.
Is that the look in the grey there?
Yeah.
It's a greying.
A greying Armando, that's right, yeah.
We were going to have a picture on the wall done by one of the kids that said something like, "My family loves smoking."
A picture of Mummy smoking, Daddy smoking, Big Brother smoking, maybe dog as well.
And the art department did it. To go away and just
I like. This is an example of where we do those, try and address those beats, those cliches you see in those films that audiences are familiar with, and then subvert them. So people are familiar with the form. So the film itself isn't an original form. So if anyone wants to point out that it's not a particularly original story, we know we did that on purpose, right? Because it means that they can orientate themselves and then see what our take is on it. You know, so.
But again, without it being a sort of parody film.
A spoof.
No, it's not. When I say subvert them, I don't mean like satirise them. I mean, also sometimes you see cliches in films, and actually, to find the comedy, you do what would happen in reality. Certainly with Alan, you just think, well, how would you genuinely react? You know, but you often see people facing down guns in films, and the gun's being pointed at them, and it's a cliche, but I don't think it's truthful. Whenever someone looks at a dead body in a mortuary in a film, they never flinch, and they never go, "Oh God, that's awful."
Disgusting.
They just go. They say something, or make a dark joke, or just they look impassive, like they've seen it 1,000 times. I find that they try to think that's. I think that it's more interesting to see someone think, just even see a slight expression of revulsion at something, but which is truthful. They never do that in films, and that bugs me.
Yeah.
Simon Delaney. Did you work with him in
Moonboy?
Moonboy, yeah.
You came back raving about him.
Yeah.
Does yes, please.
We tried to think of a line, didn't we? When we said, "Do you want to see me gun?" And we couldn't, so we reverted to the old Alan can't think of the line.
Yeah.
But it was actually because we couldn't think of the line.
But it works better, doesn't it? Because that would only have ever sounded like a written line.
Yeah, it would. That's
But
true.
yeah.
That.
It's a little bit like later on when you're in the disabled toilet with Angela, and you said, it's all the fault of a certain Miss Angela. Sorry, I don't know your second name.
Yeah.
And that was because you didn't know the character's second name.
Yeah, exactly. When I was thinking of it in my head, yeah. The other thing about that scene earlier is where he says, "Just tell your kids, just tell them I love them." I like that because it unsettles people because they're expecting something funny, and it's actually a tiny genuine moment. And that I like the fact that you play with comedy so much that you can have moments where you just don't do that. You know? Not even for sentimental reasons, just to unsettle people.
Yeah, and when you watch it in the cinema, people don't know what to do.
Yeah, I really like the fact the audience go, do I laugh or not? Quite. I mean, if you do that all the way through, then that's a bad film, a bad comedy film. But
I agree.
Part.
This bit I'm not keen on, I must say. I don't know why we dressed him up as a Mexican.
Yeah, I'm not having
There was a reason, but I can't for the life of me remember what it was.
yeah.
Prepare to die. I'm not ready to.
Tom insisted, didn't he? He brought it with him.
Well, I tell you what it does do, if you to defend it, is it shows that he's slightly losing his marbles because there's something slightly irrational about it, and therefore, strangely, it doesn't make him less threatening; it makes it more threatening because you think he's clearly not of. It's not a maliciously figured out, sort of premeditated act.
But in that case, I think he shouldn't have explained it. I just thought I'd put this on to put you at ease and give you a laugh. You should just have it on.
Yeah.
I'll say that in the edit now.
Yeah. I don't know where that came from.
Sour things.
Don't ever. Oh, still recording.
Yes, I did.
Does this answer your question?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it's all right. Let's see.
Let's see it there. Someone's been in the wars.
Oh, that's just Simon.
Can he breathe through that?
Tim, one of the great things about Tim is you watch the takes in the edit and he's doing something different in every take. Even here, where you can't even see his face, he still manages to do that. I mean, the guy's quality.
He's actually
It's a quality performer.
He's actually sort of helped us fix a few bits in edits where you cut to him and it explains what the scene's supposed to be about because the expression articulates it.
Yeah, he is the guy that looks like the man on the street would look. He's the sort of thinking what the audience is thinking.
Yeah, that's true. He's sort of like a slightly self-congratulatory audience member who thinks he's sort of he is actually very like the audience member because he sort of thinks he's a little bit funny too. So he's not super cool, but he is quite savvy as well.
Yeah,
he's a bit like in I'm Alan Partridge, Sally Phillips' character.
Yeah.
Behind we thought let's always have someone who behaves like the audience would.
Feral. just use a high velocity round.
This passage was this was something else that I remember right from the very start of the writing process.
Exactly.
And
I don't even know why I'm wearing it.
it was funnier at the start of the writing process.
Yeah.
But it's it's interesting which things survived and which things didn't, because that was there from the very start.
Now you're making me want to wear it.
Although that bit was quite late,
was
wasn't it?
right, very late in the day. Yeah.
I like feck the police. I think that's a great line, that. I really like that.
55 years old. I should be at home in bed watching funny videos on YouTube.
That was when you got... Oh, hang on.
Sneezing Panda or Charlie Bit My Finger.
That we put that on afterwards in post. Can't you tell? Charlie bit my finger.
From the back of his head.
Tim Key's great in this. What you
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've seen it before, but yeah.
Can't help himself. Has to.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it before, but...
Yeah, I was one of the hostages.
In there.
yeah.
Oh my God! That's like some sort of zoo from Planet of the Apes.
That was another of the lines that
Danny looks so bit.
just comes from being on set and
Yeah.
I lost my temper.
Yeah, you guys, I'd say you guys were very good at just coming up with just a line just from being there and seeing what it looked like. And it's very difficult to write things just in isolation. And you think, well, what would you... It's always good to leave a little bit of writing, although we left an awful lot of writing, but if to leave a little bit of writing for when you're on set, because things occur to you that wouldn't in the isolation of writing room.
Hey! Cool it with the crosstalk. You're supposed to be professional broadcasters. I'm not the writer. We're only going to get through this with
the way he
each
delivers
other.
it.
I want everyone to shake hands with everyone else. Now,
This is one of my favourite bits, the handshake bit.
And some people wanted to cut it out, didn't they? Because they thought it was...
It's just
I
one of
think
those.
we should have
sort of-
taken all of the.
Yeah.
Did we add the speech in post?
Yeah.
And it should have just been sort of awkward, shuffling silence.
will not communicate directly with the police. Only through me. So as of now...
But that is one of those jokes that we always reference Family Guy when we try and do jokes that outstay their welcome, so they're not funny. Then you hang on and you just cross your fingers and you hope they get funny again.
Sometimes
Like
it
the
works,
remote
sometimes
control
it
bit
doesn't.
later on.
Well, the remote control bit, well, we'll come to that. Well, let's deal with that when we come to it. Plenty to talk about.
Jason, it's crisis. Crisis.
But no management.
Cowabunga, walk with
Hang on, there isn't.
Alan, you do
I
really
was talking of getting rid of this bit as well, but
I really like.
Yeah.
I just like this line. This is a line you wrote. It's very difficult sometimes when you write stuff that it's very good but can sound written sometimes. This,
Yeah.
it arguably could sound a little written, but it's just good. It's just consistent with Alan's character.
Gone paintballing, realised he'd left his goggles at reception, but carried on anyway.
Why?
You're looking at him. Okay, guys, quick. Whack, whack.
Yeah, I like this little bit physical stuff here.
Yeah,
Right hand man. I love that kind of stuff.
Again, that was on the day, wasn't it?
yeah.
He'll be
Right.
my left-hand man. The
Love that.
is,
It's just like it's preying on his mind.
That's right.
It's
It's
preying on his mind. He
let's
thinks,
just
I
deal
could
with
let
it."
it go. He's like, let's just do it. Get it out of the way.
And Nigel Lindsay, who plays Jason, is another one of the. We've worked with him before on Partridge, and he's one of the people that we know that because our way of working ends up being slightly chaotic. It's very, very hard for other actors to adapt to it and sort of work around what Alan's doing. And he will always be able to do it, and that's very reassuring when everything else is very stressful.
I mean, this.
That's Pat Farrell, Mum. He's broadcasting from the siege.
Anna Maxwell Martin, who plays the chief constable,
You are there to communicate with us.
it's very, very good. Really grounds it.
operation manual.
And Darren Boyd, it always makes me laugh. I love the way he sort of
But out here in the field,
We had a
takes himself seriously. His character does.
Yeah, it almost makes me feel guilty because we've got these people who, Darren is the star of his own sitcom and will do his own films and stuff, and we've got him in what is quite a small part, and
It was bigger
films
though, wasn't
littered
it?
with people. Like
It is,
that,
but
so-
the fact is, it's not just it's serving the role. He does do funny stuff, which is good.
Oh, yeah, I've got balls coming out of my arse.
So that's an example
Tim,
of cutting to Tim.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of the call. Bye.
That line was put in post because we had an unsatisfactory end to the call, but you can do stuff like that when you're off screen to think of other lines that are better than the ones you wrote.
Where are all my jingles?
Jason wanted them deleted.
well, you want to delete
Jingles
them all.
courtesy of your brother.
Delete them all.
He did.
Oh yes, Martin Coogan, my brother.
Genocide.
It's not nepotism because he used to be in a rock band called the Mock Turtles, and they had a big hit 20 years ago called "Can You Dig It?" that was used in a Vodafone advert. So he is reasonably qualified.
Right, you're listening to
Back in
this.
story.
Right.
Thank God I've put that one to bed. Nip that in the bud.
We'll be asking what time.
This scene, another one that we redid. Did we go back and redo this?
Yeah, in fact, the original version's in the trailer, isn't it? And then we
His
We
came back and redid it.
Yeah.
Because the original version was sort of, it was Alan kind of nervously filling dead air, but it was sort of in the way that he does anyway. Whereas this felt like
I don't like this scene. I'm not.
I'm not sold on it.
What?
I watching it in cinemas with people. They normally like it a lot.
I know they do. I know, and I don't.
You mean you just don't?
To me, I sort of think the making up of the story. I don't quite buy it. It's stretching things a bit.
That's fair.
This is all right. This stuff. We managed to get this to sort of work. And again, Tim's face helps it all.
I think by the way, that scene just there where I was making up stuff. I think that's one of the places where there was better stuff that we didn't use. We did a few takes of it, and I think there were better ones.
Yeah.
Because you're right. It ends up being an idea that was better on paper.
Yeah.
And the hands. Basically anything you've got two of. Like your face.
Oh yeah, two-faced.
1 hour.
The whole recording of the jingle section was a lot of discussions about this as well.
Problematic.
Because originally they just recorded a previous jingle, the one that was the main one that was deleted.
Yeah. And then we filmed, and then we decided to do another one that they.
The marketing guys were doing karaoke. Join in. I tended to shun Japanese culture. This was the mid-90s. It was more acceptable.
I remember there was one day with the hostage. A lot of hostage stuff was done at the last minute. I remember one day we were shooting, which is how desperate we were at some points, when I said we're just going to have to stop filming and figure this scene out. So everyone, all the cameramen, everyone, just stand down. All the crew, we're going to just figure this out right now. And it was. It was. I think this might be one of the scenes we figured out. It's like what we had for the hostage scene wasn't gelling.
I know exactly what scene it was. It was a scene a bit later on where the noise is off. The noise is outside the hostage room, and the hostages assume the police are coming in. As they have a discussion about what to do. Do we stand away from the walls? Do we lie down? Do we curl up into a ball? How should we work this out? And none of that is now in the film, because that's where that was the scene where we thought. We think there's a better way to do this. Let's just sort of get everyone to improvise it.
Oh, and it was rubbish.
Yeah, because it was there wasn't any shape around which to improvise. It was just sort of thin air, and we sort of said go.
So we should have carried on filming. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying we should have just written it and then adapted it slightly rather than just scrapping what we had.
This is where she does how.
Okay.
She's very good. Yeah.
He wasn't stealing crisps. He just gets flustered at self-service checkouts and takes things without scanning them.
Miss Benfield.
He doesn't like being told to put things in
line feels
bagging
written to
areas
me.
by automated women.
Yeah, but she does it. Sells it very well. She sells it very well.
This face she does in a minute. This when she finds out she's next of kin.
Next of kin.
It's brilliant.
Take me to him.
She's so good. This, I think, was the very last thing we did in post-production, deciding on the words for this.
Yeah.
And the very, very last thing we did. So originally you saw them singing the jingle. It felt too big, too hammy. So we completely cheated this. Then there was never a moment where they're actually, when we shot, when they were stood there listening. This is just all grabbed from somewhere else. Yeah.
That was beautiful. Could you make me some more?
Yes, maybe.
The whole thing that we took from Dog Day Afternoon, I think, was the minutiae of what it's actually like to be in a hostage situation.
I like
Like,
there's
who
a
goes
scene
to
in
the
Dog Day
toilet
Afternoon where they all want to go to the loo, which is very good. And there's a scene where one of the girls is just playing with his Al Pacino's gun, is trying to spin it round like a marionette, like a not a marionette, like something-ette that stands at the front twizzling a stick.
Stick Twizzler.
Stick Twizzler.
Stick Twizzlerette.
Stick Twizzlerette. Yeah. Majorette. Is that right?
If you like.
Let's just stop everything and figure out what this word is. No, let's not.
That's very helpful, Lee.
Dan Mersh.
Yeah,
really
very good,
yeah.
very good.
Coffee.
Oh, of course. How'd you take it?
No, we'll get it for you. Just sit there.
He really grounds it, because there's sometimes there's certain actors who overplay the comedy and paradoxically make it less funny. And
All this shit. telling us how to speak.
Own the middle.
It's horrible, isn't it? Horribly sort of ambitionless.
Own the
ambitionless.
middle. Yeah, that's great. Is that a made up one? Was that
That's made up, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They were all.
I think Be Relevant was made up as well.
No, Be Relevant was there. They said
it?
that. Be Relevant was one of the ones that was definitely
You never said
there.
where it was from. We got halfway through that, but that was when we went to.
Be Relevant.
We went on a
right.
research trip to Norwich, visited a couple of radio stations, and one of them had very similar slogans all over, right in the eye line
Be
of the
relevant.
DJ.
Yeah, yeah. Be relevant.
I think Be Relevant was one of them, yeah. So we just extended that.
Horrible, isn't it?
Own the middle we had.
Just be like this.
We were going. There was one we
Be the Brand. That was another.
Be the Brand. There was another one
Be the
about
Brand.
opinions. Was it avoid your opinions?
Avoid your
It
opinions.
sounds like 1984, doesn't it? It's
Yeah, it
horrible.
really is awful.
But yeah, that was genuinely there in that radio station.
I miss my Molly so much.
Tim really does nail this line.
That's Molly.
There was a bit of a dispute on this set, actually, with this when Colm said, actually quite rightly, he said,
Brown hair.
hang on, I'll tell you in a second, won't
A year after that was taken, the angels took her.
Must have been a few of them.
Now I've nobody.
Now, that line gets a big laugh because, obviously, you know, his, for obvious reasons, hopefully. But Colm said that he didn't think his character would say the angels took her. If he doesn't say that, then the joke, there must have been a few of them, doesn't work, doesn't land. And he said the line has no integrity. And I said on set, yeah, you're right, it does have no integrity. It doesn't really have integrity. It's just a setup.
So Stephen Colm went outside and juked it out, and
Steve got his head kicked
Steve
in.
got pasted, and so got calmed down.
I said, whoever wins the fight.
Cleverly.
Cleverly.
Whoever wins the fight
Loses the argument.
Loses the argument, but he missed that bit. So when he beat me up, I won.
Not even a lie.
Yeah, and that's not even a lie. No, it was funny because something like that is an example where you're asking for someone to cheat something to help you. I loved Wichita Lineman on this scene.
Yeah, yeah.
Never ever told Tim that gun was loaded. I'd never heard Wichita Lineman before. One of you or someone suggested it. It's cracking.
Kind of guy who wrote it. I can remember he loved Ben Campbell. He thought, I want to write a song for him,
One day I want to write.
and he wrote that.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Wow, good fact.
It's great song.
As the Shape siege enters its first morning, police are refusing to confirm the number or identities of the hostages.
There's a hidden in one of these shots. There's a hidden
It's Dave Lambert.
Fellow DJ Alan
a hidden Dog Day Afternoon reference actually. There are two sort of hidden references I think in the film. One is a reference to Knowing Me, Knowing You, and Alan's old catchphrase, which is a sort of blink and you'll miss it thing. And the other one is a reference to Dog Day Afternoon. Do you know where the Dog Day Afternoon one is?
No.
Attica.
Yeah, there's one of the placards in the background. It says Attica on it, which, if you've seen Dog Day Afternoon, that's a prison that plays a big part in the film.
Oh well, it's because it was a massacre that occurred at Attica several years before that film was made, with the gung-ho sort of gun-toting, gun-obsessed US of A, which apart from its obsession with guns, I do quite like and would like to work there.
Good portion sizes for one thing.
Great portion sizes.
This bit, it always rankles with me a little bit. We're effectively playing the same beat that we've just seen, where Alan has got the opportunity to do something heroic
Yeah,
and fails to do it.
Yeah, it's actually
sort of back to back.
It's actually back. I hadn't noticed that. Yeah, it's actually not very good, is it? Well, maybe you could sort of say, well, it's cumulative. It's like, well, there's another chance. Okay, he's got one other chance. You could argue it that it's.
Let's go with that.
Let's go with that. That actually the scene helps tee up this scene,
And it does it beautifully.
and it does it beautifully. Yeah.
This bus brought joy to hundreds.
Yeah, we'll wipe all that stuff we just said about it not working.
No, it's in the basement.
I never understood why the bus is branded Radio Norwich.
Because it's an old bus. What do you mean?
Because, to my mind, Radio Norwich didn't become North Norfolk Digital.
Yeah, he moved
It
stations. I'm
moved
sure we
to a
say that in the
different
book.
station.
Really?
Actually, in the book, Gordale Media takes over Radio Norwich, and another one of its stations is North Norfolk Digital, which they move him onto. But we just we kind of trample over that.
There's something about this. It's really silly, this, but.
But I call it clobber!
We put a sound on when the gun hits his hand to make it seem more violent. 'Cause at the time he just grabbed it. There's no. It's strange how all that Foley stuff, the sound dubbing afterwards, can really make something work or something not work.
Open the door! Just trying to find some way to escape.
This bit is a callback to the Iranian embassy conversation that they
Yeah, I don't think
really
I
bad.
gets it.
No. They removed the bricks from the neighbouring wall. It sounded drilling.
This scene's a rip-off of the end of Day of the Jackal.
There, I've said it.
We had a noise just coming up in a minute. A horrible sort of blood squirt noise now. It's just ruined that bit. Remember, we took it off very late. It was a kind of noise.
Oh, yeah, terrible, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes there's a temptation in post to think if there's a sound effect that would go there, let's use it.
I like this is,
Sorry, who are you?
It was a late decision, this bit, to put lipstick on it.
Yeah.
It just makes it.
Jason Argonaut.
Jason Argonaut. It's Jason and the Argonauts, yes.
I love the last cut back to him saying yes. It's
Agreeing with him.
Yeah, it's really odd. But
I think that was our editor, Mark Everson. Put that in. and
really,
that-
Yeah, he did.
it's very smart.
It's extremely good, isn't it?
Very smart. Because it's just.
You're listening to Pat Farrell, and this is Willie Nelson. Always.
The chase scene that we just saw, we had different versions of that in the writing when we were writing it as well. At one point, the radio station was located above or below or next to a sort of Tesco Metro. Alan ended up in the mini supermarket thing, and as he was being chased around the supermarket, he was picking up seemingly unrelated, unhelpful things, which he ended up using as, I think he picked up a can of deodorant, or he ended up cobbling together some sort of weapon to defend himself
So
from
a bit
household
overwritten,
items.
but there was a very funny line when he picked up a magazine that we thought, what was it?
Oh, it was about
Really
the
funny,
celebrity on the front cover about Paris.
No, it was something very funny that made me laugh that I've forgotten. Such is comedy. This is very. She does
Jessica
this very.
Knappett, yeah, she really nails it.
Farrell, what's Banged Up Abroad? Partridge, you don't know Banged Up Abroad. Farrell, no. Partridge, everyone knows Banged Up Abroad. Farrell, I don't. What is Banged Up Abroad? Partridge, you seriously don't know Banged Up Abroad. You have to be shitting me. Farrell, I've never even heard of
Just get to the bit where they stop saying Banged Up
Oh,
Abroad.
she turns the page. Like, they clearly go on for some time.
But she doesn't overdo it.
Yeah.
Sidekick Simon, I once banged up Abroad. Partridge, that's the best you've got, even with a gun to your head.
He's got a gun to his
And I like the fact that there is an actual joke there from Psychic Simon within it.
Yeah. A shit joke.
That idea came from the fact that I personally quite like to watch Banged Up Abroad.
We all love it. We all love that show.
Yeah. I think I put you onto it though, didn't I?
Oh, yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Cheers.
Originally, remember, we
I think
all the calls to the radio station, we did a reveal where a caller says something like, well, I proceeded to the rear of the premises, and Alan says, you're speaking like a policeman, and then you realise that all the calls have been police officers.
Yeah. I love the fact that Alan tries to repeat the joke. In the face of
Just saying.
I'm just saying, wants everyone to hear the joke.
It's not even an outside wall. Jason.
I'll protect you.
It's not an outside wall. Look, I'll show you. Look.
Michael,
Hi, I'm Partridge.
what are you hiding in there for?
Well, I found myself a place of concealment, like on army manoeuvres.
Michael, tell your lies. You're blinding everyone you speak to.
That's flashing.
Oh, sorry.
Michael, you look like some sort of big Geordie Anne Frank. How long have you been
I
here?
don't remember where that line came from. Was it?
Yeah, that was just on the day. That was just in between takes.
Geordie Anne
Oh,
Frank.
yeah.
It used to be
That's
just
very good.
Georgie Mole or something.
It's great though, because second Jewish joke of the film, I think. Has Neil Diamond come along yet?
No, not yet.
After.
Oh, sorry.
But we've also got Nazis a couple of times, I think.
Really?
Well, the glove slap.
Oh, yeah.
No, doesn't he refer to?
In fact, there was another Nazi joke that we took out because we thought we were getting a bit too Nazi heavy.
Yeah, at the start,
If that's
Alan was on
possible.
air, wasn't he, talking about the phone-in for the day was why did Herbie go bananas?
And they talked about
Put that another way, what was the root cause? What was the well-publicised root cause of the
Car's very public mental collapse.
we span off into stuff about
Stuff with the
Adolf Hitler.
Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah, Volkswagen.
Volkswagen.
In English, of course, it's Volkswagen. In German, Volkswagen.
Volkswagen in a sort of Nazi accent. Because some people think you can have too much Nazi stuff, and I'm one of them.
These two, on the other hand.
Yeah, these two.
Now, this scene,
We were losing the light, weren't we? We had to get it done pretty quickly.
but also we discussed it at length because we weren't sure if Alan appearing outside the building and therefore almost having contact with the police sort of took away from the fact that he's soon to actually escape, and whether it would have been better to have complete concealment for him and be completely locked away. It was right, obviously, to get him out of the building. But we were going to have Alan talk to the police, not from that doorway, but above that doorway. There's a big window.
Oh yeah.
But I think this is good because it shows that Alan had it's Alan's in front of an audience.
It's a little sort of proscenium stage, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a little proscenium.
Says hi. Hi, Pat. And hi to your fellow officers.
But the scene where he says, "Take your hands off your guns," that's from Dog Day Afternoon. He literally says that. Take your hands off your guns.
Okay.
And the bit
Because when I suggested that, it wasn't an original idea. It's because I'd literally said that in Dog Day Afternoon. I thought, oh, that's great, we make that funny.
Didn't admit that at the time, though, did you?
No.
I remember you kept saying, "That's my idea. That's my idea."
That's my idea. Yeah. This thing's called. Amazing. It's so loud, those things. I thought it was a shotgun. It's actually just compressed air.
Stupid pigs. What the hell's going on?
Pat,
listen to me.
I don't like guns. I think they're
You told us about the app, Gun Pro. Was it iGun Pro?
Yeah, well, a mate showed it me.
I actually have that to remind me how much I have.
I've got a friend who likes guns.
That's what you're talking about.
It's a very different thing.
He's quite angry. He's honking in my ear like a mad Irish.
We've just had a 10-minute break, but I bet they cut that bit out.
Yeah.
Bet you.
Seamlessly.
Do you mind? It's not a radio roadshow. I'm trying to host a siege. Get away. Who said that?
That was where.
Did you
say there was an aha from the crowd?
That was the hidden aha.
Did you hear it? I didn't hear
Lots
it.
of shouting. Bit like being married again.
Yeah.
And there's a crazy person running around with a gun, so it's a lot like being married.
We originally had a lot more of Alan doing it to stand up.
Yeah.
It went on another minute or so. It was
towel cupboard.
That walkie bit there was a slightly oblique reference to Michael McIntyre, but I don't think anyone got it. I think they thought it was just like someone said they thought it was like a Radio 1 DJ.
I'm looking at you.
I thought everyone got that. Okay.
It's all right, I'm not retreating. Pat's tugging me off. Alan! Come on, we're better than that. Guys, seriously. Oh, by the way, there's an extra hostage.
What we were gonna do for this scene, we wanted a scene. I think where Alan was communicating with the police. We had that whole Skype thing.
Yeah.
Which we always thought was going to be one of the best scenes in the film, and never happened.
Never happened. Well, we experimented with me. The idea was that I was tied up and I was trying to Skype and look normal, but really I was dribbling because my face was hanging over a table and looked disturbing.
Yeah, so you would have seen Alan talking, but I think one of the original ideas was Alan had an opportunity of a job in TV, maybe with someone in a different country, and he had to do a Skype conversation to sort of seal the deal. So he had to appear as if everything was okay. He had to maintain that pretense. So you saw him sort of head and shoulders shot, talking around Skype, all seeming fine. Then, defying gravity, it would appear like a bit of saliva came from his mouth and went straight out onto the screen. It went out, instead of dropping down like it should have done, it shot out. And then the reveal was that was happening because Alan was tied up and lying on his...
But it was obviously so contrived. We tried to make it work, but it was just very, very contrived.
The contrived bit, actually, we managed to make the mechanics of it work. It was the logic of why he would not just say to them, "Look, I'm tied up and I'm in trouble."
Yeah. By the way, we just missed the third Jew joke there, because the first one is, of course, the Muslims and Jews. Then there's the Anne Frank reference, and then there's the one there about Neil Diamond.
We're better in the olden days.
But
UK manufacturing.
Good but dull. Paul in East Runton.
Kill them all, Pat, and shoot the women first.
That was from Dog Day Afternoon.
That's definitely from Dog Day Afternoon.
A genuinely clever bus driver.
Well, we just have a bit coming up.
Can you stop drumming?
That bit there, which was sort of inspired by Dog Day Afternoon, not in a literal sense, but more. Dog Day Afternoon is very good at showing you the mundanity of being trapped in that kind of confined situation and the sort of small stuff.
Yeah.
And we did have it originally, so Alan spent some time as a regular hostage before joining Pat and becoming sort of king among hostages, because there isn't really any of Alan just being a hostage, which would have been an interesting route to go down. Wasn't really time to do it, but it would have allowed us to see more of the sort of get comedy from the boring details of a siege. There's a thing we read about the hostage, the
Iranian embassy.
The Iranian embassy. When was that? 1980.
80.
It turned out that midway through that, they decided they were going to, as a sort of goodwill gesture to the police, they were going to release one hostage. And instead of choosing themselves, they handed over the decision to the hostages. And the hostages had a chat amongst themselves. And instead of releasing someone who's injured, or maybe a woman, they decided to release this bloke on the grounds that he snored really loudly. And that kind of detail, I love that, because it's really true. That kind of stuff happens.
Yeah. Anyway, we just saw Linda getting ready to go and get giving great value for money. This is a scene that
we really wanted it to stay in. But
Chris O'Dowd says he could just watch this sequence over and over when he sent me a text. But I really like the open-mouthed sort of gormlessness, as my dad would describe it.
Fear just slowly creeping in.
Yeah. A gormless expression. That's what my dad used to say I had on my face.
He was right.
Alan, calm down.
This was another one of those scenes that was a lot longer originally and was being chopped and changed on the day. And it's worth mentioning our director, Declan Lowney, because Declan is great, and he's done lots of stuff with writer performers or performers who are very involved.
Just all over the place. But he kept it all together, even though he had that 1,000-yard sort of post-traumatic stress disorder stare when we'd say, at one point I was saying, he'd say, guys, we've got to start shooting soon. And I'd say, the pages are just coming down, they'll be here any second. And they'd be going, anyway, that's what it was like sometimes. Now, this is very, very interesting. The nasal whistle, which works really. I'm really pleased this works, the nasal whistle.
Yeah.
I actually was kissing someone in a film years ago, and the director said I was actually kissing someone for real in this film, and the director said, "Stop, Mr. Steve, why are you making those noises?" Because I was going, and just kiss it and not make those noises, and I was looking. So that's where I got the idea from.
I see, that's good.
I really did do that.
The line that Alan just said there about shape the way you want it to be. Your shape is the way I want it to be. I'm on about your body. We had a conversation about that because
So I'm on about your body is very Manchester.
Very northern, yeah, very northern.
A lot of it is northern, but we just, I mean, and all Alan's accent is not Norwich or Norfolk at all. In fact, it's more like mine. It's like someone who's refined northern accent. It's quite nasal because I'm from Manchester, but the flat vowel sound lends itself to comedy. So if anyone wants to point out that the accent's nothing like Norwich, you're right, it isn't. But so what?
Swivel.
Yeah. No, not swivel, but definitely. But definitely so what? But not swivel. I mean,
After this, you'll get more offers than a whore at our Christmas party.
We put that line on after this whore at our Christmas party, because.
Oh yeah. You'd know a thing or two about that, wouldn't you?
That would be. Yeah, he said.
Frank Cotterboy's texted me and said he loved the word reconnaissance. It's coming up soon.
Hand on the outside of the bra. Reconnaissance.
Where does he say reconnaissance?
Yeah, just there. Oh, shut up, you.
Told me she never knew her mother.
I love the fact that this is another example of playing with the audience. Just started to talk about how
Guess what?
someone had an emotional connection.
And to get back on track, Ooh.
I like you.
I like you. He likes me. Likes me.
I like that. I like you. It's like a sort of a 10-year-old boy.
Child, yeah.
Of course, what is it?
It's a computerised bird throwing game.
We reshot this scene as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because there wasn't the sort of excited energy originally.
Yeah.
2.0. So I'm within a brare's.
Yeah, because it needs to be crystal clear that the last thing Alan wants.
Talking cock.
Very cheap joke.
Lynn, I'll say this once and I'll say it again. My career is getting a shot in the.
I think Lynn's lines in this scene as well are really telegraphing.
Biggest things to come out of Norwich.
What's happening.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that, Lynn. Think about what that means.
Your first priority should be the welfare of the hostages.
Yeah.
It's a bit on Lynn.
Say I said it.
Alan, your ego's getting the better of
That
you.
line is
Just in case anyone hasn't noticed.
How effed up is that?
It's interesting, this scene that's coming up, which is sort of a bit of physical comedy that we want to put in the film. Some people go, "Oh, that's the funniest bit in the film." Some people hate it, and I'm okay with that.
For the record,
I'm okay with that.
I love the way that the stuntman is called Gordon Seed. It's the most Partridge name.
It's Gordon Seed, yeah. I'm just trying to justify why I do. This is the stuntman here.
Yeah.
Very, very good. It's his bum as well, and not because I'm not scared to show him a bum, which is, it's not great, but it's not terrible.
He's just got a better one.
He's just got. He happened to have a better one. That's the stuntman's bum.
You've got marks on yours from the self-harm.
I've got marks on from
welts.
I've got welt marks from plastic ruler. that I've had since
1997.
Since 1983. Shatterproof.
Had to be, really.
Stop! On police! Get your hands above your head!
I'm just
Get your hands above your head!
Just want to get those
Do it.
trousers.
Get your hands
I like the
above
fact
your
the way
head.
this is cut with the voice.
Get your hands
Yeah.
above your head.
It's the urgency sells that he would do that bit. It's
Yeah.
he's got a gun. Yeah.
The choice of shots that makes this bit as well, I think.
Yeah.
Going to
revealing
that bit, and we
later,
keep we keep the full length one
Yeah.
until
I
the
mean,
very end.
that's horrible.
My genitals.
That's Martin Murray for taking the photographs. Friend of mine.
Look at me.
Regular caller to Mid Morning Matters.
He does all the voices on Moving Matters, and was in the band the Mock Turtles that my brother was in, who did the jingles.
I didn't know that.
He's a guitarist in the Mock Turtles. There you
do
go.
everything, Mark.
Crouched.
I mean, what's their state of mind?
Oh, if I'm honest, a bit moany. Yeah, someone writing this down.
This is a bit that we came up.
Thought you were some clothes.
I'm glad that joke's in because it sells with that cut to the side, the clothes joke. But this was something we just came with on the day because I was wearing this thing.
Modesty sporran from the vacant arm flap.
I really like this. I like her her response too, which is.
Amanda in the background.
Okay, I think we're done here.
It's
Freshening out. Just need to wipe my face with a big hot towel. And presumably you want to use me as part of your media strat.
Originally, this line was,
No.
you could either use me as part of your media strategy,
Yeah.
or I could just go home and sit watching TV, and then it cuts to him watching TV.
This is quite a good.
This is my least favourite scene.
Me too, yeah. The original version we had, it just looked better, and there's something about the coldness of the light that it just makes it uncomfortable to watch for me. I don't know why.
I always felt that this joke was a little bit. It felt like it was from a different film.
It is. But you know what? It's very important. This scene. It works really well. Their confrontation.
Golden goose, and now I'm just partridge pie with peas.
But why do you want to work for people like that? Gordale are bullies.
Yeah, and what do you do with a bully then? You make friends with the bully so they bully someone else.
Now that might sound like a funny joke, which makes a serious point about how politicians collude with press barons to get themselves re-elected. Actually,
I'm not going to sell my soul, Lynn. I want to, if you like, lend my soul to Gordale Media on a long-term basis for
David
cash.
Cameron.
It's a very different thing.
That's one of my favourite bits, doing things like that. Just going, and then just stopping.
That's one of those things as well. You probably wouldn't come up with that sat in front of a computer.
No, yeah, you have to do it live. I mean, we do.
Look like Lynn Benfield.
We talk out loud a lot.
Yeah.
Attitude and your hair, you've literally become a big head.
I like it.
I take no pleasure in saying this, Lynn, but a lot of people think it looks like a photograph of an explosion.
We added that bit in quite late, didn't we? It was originally just, it looks like a photograph of an explosion.
A lot of people think
he's
I like this.
absolving himself from blame.
House behind a train station.
It's actually a real nasal whistle.
It wasn't. Get lost. Get lost.
Steve's always got it. We don't mention it. So.
Stop shouting. Easy, Pat. Find the steps. I'm able to walk down steps, all right?
I think he means because the gun's against my head.
Everybody has an opinion, huh?
Here, here, well said.
Have this look at the woman.
Hey, Alan. What happened? We were in the middle of a show. The next thing, your arse is all over the internet.
Looked like you had a turkey's head between your legs.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Doesn't have a beak. And yeah, I took an executive decision to stow my cock and balls up against my backside.
I can't believe you left me with this nutcase.
You're on with the gun, mate.
See, he's hilarious.
We were really moaning on the day, weren't we? Because we wanted an older woman, a more frail woman.
Yeah, but
Seems to
it's
work
actually
all
quite
right.
good, because I think if it
That's
had been an old
too
woman, it
obvious,
would have
too
looked
obvious.
like.
Yeah,
She's sort of respectable, the kind of person you see walking in the Lake District.
Oh, hello.
that's true.
Yeah. 50.
Actually, I want Alan to bring them in.
That might not be possible, Pat. Alan's not prepared to do that.
No, I am prepared to do that.
It's not that
I always like
simple.
the opportunity for a scissor jump.
Every time I watch that, it makes me feel nervous that you've got your hands in your pockets.
Yeah, I
So
know.
I worry.
Could go very wrong.
Actually, it echoes the poster because I do straddle I literally for a second straddle the
Two boys.
police station.
Symbolism.
And also that poster does show that he's on both sides of that divider. Which side is he
It's
on?
actually very clever.
Let all the women go.
Okay.
It works on 2 levels.
Head office.
He's bringing them in now.
One slightly better than the other.
Top one.
What?
Top one.
Yeah, cheers, guys. Top one.
Okay, come on, son. Oh, shit.
Were we going to the taser thing in a minute? Was that
delivery guy?
going to be played out in a different way originally?
It was going to be that you didn't see the taser at all until he goes over and says, "Oh my God, that's a taser." We hold that bit back.
It's coming up in a second.
To be stopped.
Or did we have it that Alan was going to do the tasering?
He and Sandra were in bits.
I thought it was very different until late in the day. I don't know.
I must tell you actually that there's a policeman that looks just like him.
What's that?
I must tell Mike that there's a pizzaman who looks just like him.
So in the background there, the photos on the wall, there's a little detail in there which I don't know how we thought anyone was ever going to spot.
No,
He's rearranged the pictures, hasn't he?
That's rearranged and put himself in the middle.
Pointless. Totally lost.
Pointless.
Yeah, these pieces
She's great. Monica, very good actress. She played Rose West in that thing called Inappropriate Adult and was terrifyingly good.
Here comes the team, eh?
She's great in it. She's someone to bring something that's not on the page to the part that really makes it real and believable. Slightly odd, but not. She's not got that kind of cliched mouse-like quality that they always have in those the forgotten mouse-like woman who's sort of brought out of her shell.
Yeah.
She's just a bit odd, actually.
Yeah.
You
believe that she'd be attracted to Alan. You don't think it's beyond the. You know, it's an American film that has some really gorgeous woman who'd see through Alan's nerdishness and really love who he is.
Take her glasses off at the end.
Take her glasses and shake the hair down.
Yeah, she does that thing that very good actors do. She doesn't go for the joke, and that she just plays it for real, and it ends up being funnier. I certainly couldn't do it now.
See that again. Just bring in the pizza cutter. Right, how many do you want? 6 or 8? Oh my God, that's a taser. This is no use. It's a pizza cutter, and that is not a pizza.
The pizza cutter turns into a piece of pizza in a minute.
Oh yeah, we chopped a big bit out, didn't we?
A company are running some sort of competition in which you win a taser. That doesn't make sense, does it? No. Do you know, it's the police, isn't it? Ruddy. God, they've got some brass neck.
Coming up.
Coppers. I'm actually really angry about that.
Pizza cutter in his hand.
That's an extra weapon, frankly. After the
Kind of fool you think me for, eh? I'm one step ahead.
Wasn't worth the wait.
Do you know what? I never noticed that until you pointed out just now. Which shows you how, really, doesn't it?
How unengaged you are with the whole filmmaking process.
Yeah.
Like I was just then. Yeah, of course I wouldn't expect you to understand that. It's Darwinian. You're a runt.
So, but you think, Alan?
He represents the Conservative Party, by the way, about power and greed and complete lack of compassion for humanity, which is my view of all members of the Conservative Party and all people who support the Conservative Party and all Daily Mail readers.
Yeah, go ahead.
End.
Thank you.
Let's finish that bit now.
Are you all right?
Well, I was worried about the old head, but I think I've got a handle on it.
Pleased with himself.
That was a smart cookie, Pat. He's treated this whole crisis.
What else can we say? Is that what other things, behind the scenes things, or what about anything about the process?
This work for me.
I realised that Nigel's left-handed.
Cheers.
Yeah, well done.
There you go. That's kind of what I was searching for.
There you go, fill the gap. Fill the gap.
It doesn't affect his life, though.
But you're one of us.
I like-
No, radio's just business. You'll do well out of this. And I'll get you a...
What I think has developed, Alan, that he does have a conscience and made him a little bit more liberal because it's fun.
You know, Mrs. fucking Doubtfire.
Yeah, although I think we undercuts it slightly by the sort of noble decision he takes at this point. Partly comes out of bitterness.
That mitigates that. Mitigates. He's not sort of becoming enlightened. It's just sort of anger. And also, it's because he describes Lynn as Mrs. Effing Doubtfire, which is not nice.
We originally had a joke we had a sort of the end of Dave Clifton's storyline in this bit, because there's all the stuff about him being a right-on recovering alcoholic, and in this bit he revealed that...
Has anyone got any brandy?
And they says, yeah, there's some behind the...
There's a bottle of whiskey behind the microwave.
Behind the microwave. Which I don't like, because it shows that it's cynical about his recovery, and I don't think that's right. I think it's rather to play the one joke that he's just boring about it.
Remember the sound effect that we had on that bus? That was revving up.
Yeah, I was very displeased.
You were very angry about
because
that.
it was like a big V8 engine that the sound department had put onto it, and that's clearly not going to be that. It's almost certainly going to be a diesel engine, and it annoys me, that kind of laziness. Like, let's have a big. Why would a car like that have a big iron block V8 engine? It's ridiculous.
I've got knee tucks.
You should do a series of podcasts about cars.
What are you going to do about this?
That's the line that Simon came up with, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you, Simon. Simon Greenall, who was at drama school with me. I'm studying in the third year. Gave him a first break in comedy on Radio Manchester.
It's the voice of the meerkat.
He's also the voice of the meerkat, yeah.
All the meerkats.
All the meerkats. It's his idea.
If you think you can take
It's his idea, the actual meerkat.
Yeah.
robots,
Yeah.
think again.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're gonna
Yeah,
get
yeah.
in your
He was. Yeah, he created it.
with a big fat slice of Roadshow Radio right here, right now. Time is what?
That bit was a reshoot as well.
Yeah.
Me sat
we shot
opposite you,
all
I
that.
think.
Yeah, it was with you sat opposite him, and we cut Column's lines in to fit it.
So the original idea of this bit of the film was that we thought it'd be funny for Alan to be doing his inane broadcasting under the pressure of cops and guns trained on him. The contrast between those two we thought would be funny. Somewhere along the way we came up with a storyline about how Gordell were bad guys, and this journey was Alan exposing what they'd done. We shot that, we watched it back, it didn't feel like Alan at all, so we sort of did some reshoots and fiddled around and did some cheats in the edit to try and make it more or less revert to this idea of...
Just the idea of people just wanted to do something that was
true to
the spirit of, you know, the dignity in local radio, serving local people, and somehow being something that's to do with the community and supporting the community rather than cynical, you know, just cynical commercial enterprise.
And the other thing that was originally going on in this part of the film was the development of the storyline between the two cops, Darren Boyd's negotiator and Anna Maxwell Martin's chief of police. They sort of had a romance storyline, which we ditched in the end.
Yeah. That's interesting what you see. He quotes Lynn's line about what doth it profit a man if he gain the world but sell his soul, which I think is from A Man for All Seasons. No, it's from the Bible, but it's quoted in A Man for All Seasons anyway. But Alan quotes it, and what I love about the fact is Lynn recognises that Alan has realised that she was in the Lynn was morally taking the right path. But we mitigate it because Alan claims it as his own idea. So it's like
and people seem to like it.
And people seem to like it. Yeah, that's great because it stops Alan being completely redeemed.
Well, that was the thing, the battle we had, isn't it? Because in a film, the character normally changes, isn't he? But in comedy world, you can't really change because then you've got rid of the traits that make you funny. So the way to sort of square that circle was to make it look like he changed.
And also, Alan does say at the end, "I've changed a bit," which means you think he hasn't.
Yeah.
I'm never happy with this bit either about what the picture is doing on the screen. We had, I think we had, well, I don't remember how we justified it being there. Just the photograph of the sort of a bit edgy.
The toilet bit is quite difficult. This is all sort of set up. This is in a studio. But then we mocked it up with and how he'd get into the toilet, selling the idea of him getting trapped in a loo.
You had a really bad cold this day, I seem to remember. And you were lying on your back and you were struggling to...
To breathe.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
Was I?
Yeah.
Just removed an aluminium panel, slid straight in. Textbook. It's good, isn't it?
Your voice sounds funny.
I think the conical shape of the toilet's turned into a sort of a compact amphitheatre.
It's weird.
It is, Pat. It's bizarre. It is and was a failed escape attempt. A sort of shit shank redemption, if you will.
The Armitage shank redemption, eh?
Well, nothing like a train, Pat. I mean, one. Shake hands, Pat. Friends. Friends, Pat. Friends.
Friends? I know what you did, you fucking snake. Just sack Pat, huh? You're as bad as the rest of them.
Pat, be reasonable. Before you think of shooting anyone, just for a second think. What would drive a man to incarcerate himself in a septic tank? It's actually pathetic.
I'm not going to shoot you.
Thank God for that. That's good to you. Sweet Mother of God, now. Oh, the angels and saints preserve us! Dear God, let them be firm.
That's a phrase you don't hear very often, isn't it?
Dear God, let them be firm.
No,
that was one of yours, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Very good, that. Maybe laugh a lot at the time.
What's that?
It's a septic tank. You can have it.
This is Chroma Pier.
Pier.
We were shooting in February or March, and it was, including the wind chill factor, I remember the weatherman said that it was about minus 13 on this day. It was very, very cold.
That was fine.
This is just a booth where there's two benches. There's no rifle range here. This is in a studio that we matched it. And We wanted to like a little air rifle range, which a lot of resistance to. I seem to remember early on.
Yeah.
About there being an air rifle range, but I insisted on it because of this very good.
The choice there of it being JFK, that was
something.
Who
should we shoot? And it was I think it's one of you guys who suggested.
It's Neil, yeah. It was. But did we have Boyle there originally?
No,
we had a woman originally.
No, but just that it was good. But
it was an idea not at all like JFK, and you stumbled over JFK.
Yeah. It's great because it was just
Yuri Geller.
It was, but it's great because it's the wrong person to see, and also it makes sense that. Actually, I've got some friends who are ex-travellers who in Brighton who saw that and they said, "We saw your gypsy joke." Wagged the finger at me and went, "Sorry."
What, curse on you?
What? Yeah.
In that booth, that rifle range, there's some of the prizes are porcelain dogs, which we were going to have as a little. That Lynn collects porcelain dogs, and he was going to make a reference to that. But we came up with that very, very late and said to the art department on a Saturday, I think, we need a porcelain dog or some porcelain dogs. So someone from the art department just to spend all of Sunday just finding loads of porcelain dogs. And we got there on the Monday, and there was just a table of about 100 porcelain dogs, and we never even used them.
I should mention the costumes. Very good. Julian, who did the costume, he made it slightly more grounded, less silly. People turn up at the premiere wearing blazer badge, and as soon as the fans got onto it, you've got to move ahead, otherwise it just becomes like it's just self-parody, and it's more kind of. This is very good because you really think it's Michael, don't you? It's just a stuntman the way it's cut. I think the oh shit's very funny.
Yeah, Simon just added that in.
Simon's edition, very good.
What's he thinking? What was he expecting to happen?
What was he expecting to happen?
This is an armed standoff.
I've got you sacked.
Yeah, you let me down.
Listen to me. I've got this.
This is a very good bit of editing.
Shut up.
The woman in the background was in Southcliffe, wasn't she?
What? The woman in the background was in the trip.
Oh, she was in the trip, and in Southcliffe, yeah. She was the gunman's mum.
That's Alan Rothwell, who was in a thing called Hickory House.
Lovely man.
Was it Hickory House?
I surrender.
But we borrowed the idea of a sort of three-way conversation from Mid Morning Matters when we'd done an episode where Alan interviewed himself.
We wanted it to be like a pinball machine, like too many things going on.
But Alan actually sort of
weirdly managing
to sort of keep, so it showed that he can handle live broadcasting.
We chopped
and also, tell you what, this is really important to me, is that Colin grounds this so well that you really feel sorry for him and you have compassion for him. And
here we are. The circle of life.
Cirque du Soleil.
This is just so stupid that it made me laugh.
Turn your head away.
And this somehow works. It's
Come on.
Turn your head away.
Pat, listen to me.
You're scaring me.
I won't ask again.
Pat, I need you to stay calm.
Turn your head away.
Maybe I didn't love you quite as.
Just the bird walking around in the background.
What are you doing?
Maybe I didn't treat you quite as good.
Go slightly off key here, Steve, if you don't mind me saying.
I do, and I also hurry up because I'm thinking this is like I just want to get it over. I'm thinking it's running out of pathos quickly.
You were always on my mind.
You didn't want any score on this at all, did you? But I decided I did want score on it.
And you won.
But
Baby, are
you ready to
shut
talk
up,
to me?
you dick! What are you doing?
the scoring sort of underpinned the melody slightly. That's the point. It'd be, Rob thought it was too self-conscious.
Did.
Still does. Still does. I think it helps it.
I can't reach the trigger.
Throughout this scene, Colin is it's just so good, so good.
Would you do it for me?
And the scoring under here helps too.
The realism goes a little bit here.
It does, but there's something about a man losing his marbles and say, "Will you do it for me?"
No, but I mean the police would take him out if he was.
Yeah, that's true.
No more hurting. You're fucking.
We worked with Graham Duff. He was sort of script editing for us, and it was his idea, I think, to have the gun go off and Alan effectively. The first shot is Alan's own gun. He's effectively sort of shot himself. Originally, we had 2 shots from the police, I think.
Oh right, yeah.
Good suggestion.
Yeah.
We had
That's
some
Graham.
bad times, didn't we, Lynn?
We cut this out originally, but then
The
it's
whole-
good. What's good about this is it is putting it back in, is because it's just a very messy sort of thing.
Yeah.
That shot wasn't working at first with it, but the impact sound of them knocking him
Yeah, it
down
does
really
make it-
helps that. And the shot shooting it from the side, so the white frame.
This bit now where the seagull turns up, we shot that against green screen, and the
There's a
seagull.
lot of resistance to that because it's technically quite expensive to have a pretend seagull land on his
Yeah,
neck.
but the seagull actually threw up sardines, genuinely threw up sardines, and we had that bit in, thrown up on Alan, and Alan saying, "You fucking dirty get."
But the thing is, that's random enough by itself.
That's right.
The seagull landing on his
It
head.
sort of undercut the moment when you want his next line to undercut the moment.
Also, there's a randomness that makes you seem believable that he would be distracted by a seagull, because odd things, people, the randomness of it makes it seem more real somehow. And then you think he's this scene, which really sort of affects people a lot.
That show's amazing, isn't it? We should mention Ben Smithard, who is our DP, who...
Yeah.
Did he work with you? Have you worked with Ben
Did
before?
the trip for number one.
Great,
yeah.
great. He's the guy.
He was great. He said to me, when he heard we were doing this,
This is Anna Stockton.
Anna Stockton, my assistant in real life. More my manager really than my assistant. She's brilliant.
She also plays the voice of your wife in the trip, doesn't she?
That's right, she does. Yeah, actually, yes. She's great.
How long have you been a paramedic?
Ben Smithard, yeah, he heard we were going to do this film, and he said, "I want to make sure that it doesn't just look like a, cheap and nasty."
Boys in Blue.
Yeah.
Are you courting at the moment?
Not you, Lynn.
I think what we tried to do throughout, in terms of the humour, was not pander to sort of the American market and just keep it true Alan.
We did
an example of it right here, because
Bruno Brooks.
I'm not sure how international that is, but we didn't. We didn't.
Also,
manage.
Alan gets sacked. He doesn't get fired. I always point that out. If you were trying to make it the movie, you'd say Alan was fired, or sorry, Pat was fired.
For my part, I was a bit worried about my head.
I like this bit.
I think I've got a handle on it now.
Oh, yeah, that's a good joke.
We did have a line where Alan says, "Did the people you're talking to, do they tell you to use humour as a?"
Wait, so that's how we cope.
I wouldn't say that. I just think we're in that area.
Cope with the stress.
What about the hat?
I'm good for the bin, I reckon.
Lose it.
Yeah.
So good, Tim, isn't he? Really, really, really good.
Yeah.
I think Charlton's time.
He is. He's really grounded. He doesn't try to do things.
Yeah, small.
Yeah. What siege?
That's good. Yeah, but you haven't really forgotten, have you?
No.
Leave it though,
Again,
please.
it's just genuinely quite upsetting.
Hello, Pat. Wagwan.
Hi, Alan.
Okay, this week's question comes from Sue, a dental hygienist from Grantham. She asks, prison time is often referred
We use, at the end of the film, the music we use is Sparks. So there's a big argument that we should use.
It was going to be Cher, Gypsies, Tramps and Thieves originally.
They couldn't afford that, and then it was going to be Magic by Pilot. Ho, 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 it's magic. But that is just too...
Music from the theme tune to Boone was
it?
suggested at one point.
Oh my God.
I know, yeah.
But this, I love it. It's just one of my favourite tracks. Way ahead of its time, electronic 1979, Sparks, Giorgio Moroder producing, famous of course for I Feel Loved by Donna Summer. Take it away.
All of My Heart by ABC was another choice as well.
Yeah.
Which
But this has got a bit of energy to it.
Yeah.
Using sequences quite in their infancy at the time.
I think it was Declan's idea to reveal the name of the boat.
Oh yeah, really? Yeah, it's
Nice
great.
detail.
That, yeah.
Nice touch.
It's actually not a brand new Range Rover. It's the outgoing model.
That's me on that bike.
Sling as your pod, I'll dock it.
You won't like it.
So
Someone said they heard this the other day, and they heard it go to what's he called?
It's a good beat.
Young fella.
This guy, Example.
Example. And someone said they were walking out going, "Oh, I wish I hadn't done that." And then they put it back on. And oh, good.
Then it goes back again.
And then originally it ended with a big daydream thing.
Oh yeah. Originally it was Angela speaks in Pat's voice, and then we're back.
We had this false ending thing that I never liked. Really, I'm so glad we didn't.
We did a test screening, and it got really high marks in the test screening. So we it stayed in for quite a long time because we were swayed by that.
And this is it's a good example of saying just having a feeling it's just wrong. Dick Lunn, the set designer. Dick did a fantastic job as well with all the whole design, the look of it, and all the interiors. And
he's the son of Wilf Lunn.
Wilf Lunn, who was sort of made lots of contraptions and Heath Robinson type machines on Vision On, which will be familiar to anyone who's over the age of 40. So, yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks a lot. That's definitely a film.
Stay safe and have a good Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.